program. Well, I sort of brought a whole bunch of different hats tonight. Chris is going to come up here. I asked our board members to sit up here, and some of them are reluctant to do that. So you can see who they are, and when it's
I'm hiding back here.
yeah, you're back there.
I'm hiding back here.
You don't
You
have
guys
to
all know
come
me
up
anyway, so.
Well, I hope everybody got a chance to say thank you, Linda Long. For the refreshments.
Yeah, go ahead, comment first.
Yeah. So, well, welcome, everybody, new members and old, well, former
Experience.
long-time members.
No.
Are there any new people here who've never been before? So, okay, so, would you mind telling us who you are? And anything you'd like to say about it?
My name is Denise Gardner. I'm from Ashland County, Hope, specifically, and just looking to join a group and more.
Well, that would be really. Right. I live in Home.
Oh, hi, my name is Cindy Talbert, and like her, I've been just looking to join the group, so, I have an interest in art, and that would be nice to see people who are like-minded.
Welcome. And always interesting to know how you find us. How did you find us?
I see you guys on Facebook, and I respect that art and art, thank you, I appreciate that. And then I noticed it, and I worked, I ran into the other things.
Yeah, you always want to know, how far reaching our social media or anything else, and often it is. So, sure.
Yeah, oh, yeah, we were, Tina.
Welcome. I asked our board members to sit up here. We have new board members. Brad Rice is our new treasurer. He plays in Dennis this point. So welcome to Brad. It's a monumental job. You know, she's not here tonight to have that. She's been working storms.
Yeah.
So after I introduce everybody else, we'll have Brad who is give the financial report. This is not Robert's Rules of Order. And this is our membership chair. And
On there. There's a link. I told somebody about it. So I have no. It wants to.
And our new secretary, Bob Boyd. Is not new, though, because I think he has probably held every single office in each organization. I just do vice president. And that was like 100 years. So, well, in my mind, it's great. Do you want to go forward more right now? Let's do that.
So since I'm new, this discussion report was basically done by Ed. So we started out with $3,200, $204.41. Deposit from memberships and so forth. We currently have account balance of 9. 326.39. There, he mentioned this at the board meeting that there was one of our scholarship award recipients who never cashed their check, and she was going to reach out to a family member to see what happened there. Well, that just cleared yesterday. So I think we got a hold of it. So, but I would let you know that this time is clear. And in our savings account, we have $5,135. So for a total of $37,462.35. And there were a number of memberships that came in. And I need
So, yeah, you have nothing to say. What do you see?
Carol. Hi. Oh, thank
Yeah.
you.
I do the newsletter on the website, and I just wanted to ensure everybody that the September newsletter went out last week, so if you didn't get it, let me know. Give me an email or a call, or even let me know this meeting, and we'll make sure that you get it. Address your number. Also, for the October edition, if you could get me any new articles or information that you'd like included by October 5th, that would be wonderful. And we'll accept documents, JPEGs, pictures, whatever you have, or just shoot me an email with a short paragraph or whatever you'd like included, and we'll make sure we get that in there. So that's all I have.
Thank you. The newsletter, I'm sure you've all seen the newsletter. But the current one, Vince does a beautiful job, and it's just packed. Yeah. And it is helpful if you get him pictures of your work, shows that you're in, shows that you know about, anything like that as soon as possible, so we're not throwing things at him at the last minute that you might surprise him.
We have 8 pages to fill every month, guys, so help me fill it up.
I've seen a lot of newsletters. Carol Castle, do you have anything to say about workshops or only that somebody would like to do? This, I've written out some personal stuff on and just enjoying the moment. All of a sudden it's fall and it's like, oh my God. Now, are you doing this back in that sale or the? No, somebody else is in charge. I think you guys are in charge. I will definitely volunteer. Okay, we are planning to have a scratch event or a, what else? Garage sale. Yeah, sort of a garage sale of used, gently used or new or art supplies that you're no longer using, frames, any sorts of art related materials, books. We had one a few years ago and it was very successful. This place was packed with things. I I bought a bunch of frames that I'm still using. And easels, you know, just anything that, just clear out your studio and see what you're not using anymore. Help you.
I did want to say that's November 12th.
November 12th, from 10 to 1, this room is reserved for that.
Because I have a possibility of a workshop November 5th, and I just don't know how much interest there would be, and the two others that closed. Did you have two lined up for today?
Well, those might be two different groups of people who deserve this thing. How many of you have ever been to one of the workshops that the art has run? Yeah. Yeah, I think they're really, really valuable and really a lot of fun. So if you're interested in a workshop, if you have an idea for a workshop, let Carol know that she can't, you know, you can let somebody else know.
I do have an artist interested.
Maybe there's something a lot of us do. Stay tuned. There'll be something in the newsletter about it. This is like everything else we do. Stay tuned. Breaking news. Well, it's breaking news. We'll see. Oh, Daryl, you want to talk about the echelon?
Yeah, the new echelon show has been hung.
Well,
Sarah-
tell us about what that is. What that's
Well, echelon is independent living. It's on North Huntington in Medina. Sarah Jane lives there. It's a beautiful facility. They have a community room. They've given us a couple walls to hang artwork on. The theme for this 3-month period is beautiful autumn, or holidays. And so we got about 17 or 18 pieces. So it's a beautiful show. The hours are 10 to 4 weekdays, Monday through Friday. You can walk in and sign in, and someone will direct you to the community room to check it out. Beautiful work. We're going to get a banner hopefully made that says Medina County Art League, art display. Also, give the gift of art, it lasts forever. So we're hoping that we'll draw some people, and then maybe instead of buying, you know, a toaster for somebody, they'll get by a piece of art. We'll see. So I do this every 3 months. Next will start in January. It'll be a different theme, but we all like to have people bringing their art in. I sold mine last time.
Thank you. Daryl has been doing, for those of you who don't know, Daryl has been doing, I don't know, outreach, I guess, you know, finding places for our artists to display their films in the community. He's been doing that for a long time. We've lost a lot of our spots, but you know, we will find more. Did you want to say something about that, Linda?
No, he was just saying, I found the echelon.
Oh, yeah. Yes, thank you.
I'm not an artist, so I gotta do something for you.
But any of you know any places that we might, you know, probably display our
I actually have another place if any of you are interested. It may sound crazy, but I go to 442 Salon down on Fourth Street. And I'm sitting there looking at their bare walls and thinking, they need some artwork. And I talked to the owner, she was so excited. She said, would I be helping somebody? I said, absolutely. So we're thinking maybe one artist a month, probably display and working for six, not real big pieces, but several pieces. And leave the information there about how to purchase if they're interested. But you know, if you're sitting in that chair for an hour, one grows on you. Probably walks out of there with you.
A reminder too, that the Diamond Gems is available
Right,
through Annalise,
right.
one of our members.
Yes, if you know where Medina Town is on the square, and Annalise Necklace, who's quite careful, she's an art lover and a supporter. She does all the advertising. Yes, she does all the advertising, so. Another day. All right, does anybody else have anything to say? Oh, good. Okay, you go first. Yeah, Alvin.
The Whiskey Penny show is going on now at CBS. And I'm in it, Deanna's in it. There's about 5 people that are going to Medina. Where is it? Hello, the Valley Arts Center, and it's going on right now.
Well, do you know about the whiskey papers, what they are and what they do? It just, can you just explain that a little bit for those who don't know?
Whiskey painters don't paint any larger than 3 by 5. It could be square or oblong. And you can only paint in watercolor. And you have to be sponsored by another whiskey painter in order to be a whiskey painter. There's only 150 whiskey painters allowed at one time. One has to die off before you go. Right now, there are no openings. That's wrong. I have 8 pieces. I sold 2. Deanna has a red crab is in it. Rick is just a brand new whiskey painter. He has
Sally Husband? Sally Husband?
Sally's in it, yeah.
Maybe Bob Moore.
Let's see.
Isn't Bob Mauer in it?
I think it is, Bob Howard.
Bob's in it, yes.
It's a beautiful, I know, it's beautiful.
It's a beautiful show.
Amazing.
How did it get the name? Whiskey Painters?
Do you want to know?
I do.
There were some guys that were down in the rubber years ago, 60 years ago. And they used to go after work and tipple a few. And so they'd have a little glass of whiskey and take out a little pad and dip it in the paintbrush in it and paint it and hand it out. So one night these guys are tippling after work and said, let's make an organization and let's make rules. So they were a little bit under the weather.
Really good.
"Okay, only 150 people can be a whiskey painter at one time. The measurement can be any bigger than so and so. Only watercolor, and they have to use liquor as a medium.
Oh, that's hilarious.
I tried whiskey, but it's too oily.
Oh.
So I use gin or white wine myself.
Wow. That's fascinating.
Well, some of them have a glass to dip in a glass to drink in, so.
I like that.
And one of the challenges is, a bunch of whiskey painters get together at a bar, and then at 11 o'clock at night, after they've had a couple, and then they paint.
Oh,
I've never done that.
oh, never.
Glad to hear.
Any more questions?
That's cool. I love it. If any of you remember Franklin Bates from Lodi, he was a very famous artist from Lodi. He was one of the first members.
Wow.
When he started, Franklin Bates.
Okay, there was a show last year in Camp, at the Camp Museum, and to be a whiskey painter, you have to be sponsored by another whiskey painter. And you have to send in 2 pieces to the board, and the board judges you. And so the board picks which one of the 2 they want to keep. Then the other one goes to the person who sponsored you. So that person, I was sponsored by Deanna, and so she owns one of the pieces that I used to be judged by. And one of the judges is Kathy Wellner, if anybody knows Kathy. And Kathy's also in the show
Kathy's actually a member of the art. Thank you for that.
Carol, details for that show are in the newsletter, so if you check out the newsletter, there's details for the hours and where it's at. That kind of thing.
Yeah. Margaret, you had something to say.
I did. I just wanted to thank the Art League for sponsoring at the Medina County Fair this year. One of the best of shows, and also I'd like to thank the members that did participate this year. It's not an easy thing to participate in the fair. You know, we have to entry and whatever else, and get there and it's hot usually, so not one of the easy things. So I thank you very much. And I hope next year that we have more members, especially our professional members, join us and be part of the fair.
Because we don't have a meeting close to fair time, it's hard to remind people about that.
I think there is a free entry, so you have to make sure time wise to get that free entry in. So, paper, it's just all paper.
We've been doing that for some reason.
I've been doing it for 30 years. 32 years. It'll be our last year. My husband is from the fair, so we've been doing it for 32 years. So I encourage any of your grandchildren, your children, please encourage them to enter. And there's, open paths, you could enter many other things at the same time. It doesn't cost you any more money. So like if you want to get into the culinary part, or if you want to do the sewing part, or the woodworking, I mean, there's lots of things to enter. So please encourage your family. You can't have a fair without people exhibiting.
It's a tradition. Okay, Bobby.
Could you share your sister's exhibit coming up?
Oh, yeah, and that's a neat one. Janet and Judy Tots, Lee Buther. No, I don't, she's not a member anymore. But she has been a member. A group of 8 of us, a few years ago, decided to just become a little group and we called ourselves the Persisters because we do persist. We just keep going. No matter what gets in our way, no matter what stands in our way, we decided to just keep going. And we also, because a lot of us are retired educators, want our show to be educational as well as just presenting our art. So we do a theme that makes people think and brings a lot of different, all of our different perspectives into it. But we also, want to teach people something. This year's show is called Pentimento. So do you know what Pentimento is? Yeah, it's a literary term. Well, it's an artistic and literary term. It comes from the Italian meaning repent or redo. So a lot of times, old paintings, you can see the original drawing or one painting, and you can see where it's been painted over. But some of the original, that's basically where it comes from. So we decided to have 8 different takes on what Pentimento means to us individually. So our show it opens October, we're hanging it on the 7th, so it opens the following Monday. The big that is. And it goes to the end of October. Our reception is October 30th. And we make it in costume. Come to the library, we have a library. And if any of you don't know about the 3rd floor gallery there, it's amazing. Always something. And if you want to come to the show, way ahead of time because they are booked with artists. Yeah. So come see our show. We want to see you. Thank you for coming. Anybody else finish go or have to go? Or wanna-
Sure, you get the information.
Let it know, within the month. Oh, that's. Okay.
Yeah, I think there's some details in the newsletter on Kaleidoscope as well.
So check the newsletter for more news.
Okay, I just wanted to also add that Wednesday plein air painters is in the newsletter.
Yes.
And it's there's one this Wednesday and every week and for the next month.
Lots of ways to get involved. Lots of ways. Okay, does anybody else have any new business? Old business? All right, well, unfortunately, our speaker is unable to come. Her mother passed away this past week, so she comes from Cleveland Heights. So she has, all kinds of obligations, and she was not able to come tonight. She's very sorry. But I was able to meet up with her Saturday. Her group, Planet Joy, had an open house at Spokes Cafe. So I'm going to talk a little bit about that. So I'm going to sort of step into, her name is Debbie Applecrest, which is a very cool name. The first time somebody told me that I had to meet Debbie Applecrest, I was just. And so her name was Debbie Apple. She married someone who's a professor, so she just kept the name Debbie Apple. It's a fun name. So I'm going to be doing some narrating from things that she told me, notes that she gave me about herself, her life, her artistic journey, and a little bit about Planet Joy, which is where she works right now. So I can coordinate all of these.
Just hit enter or the arrow.
All right, so there is an interview with her, and if this is going to be online, if you're interested in that interview, but it doesn't say anything more than- Debbie said, as a small child, she always wanted to be an artist. She remembered going to the beach with her family at Menor Headlands, where there were all different bathing suits with different patterns. She said, I don't know why, but I was just drawn to them. I went home and I had rocks that I started painting with all the colors and patterns that I saw in people's bathing suits. Painting led her to explore other art forms. She found wood, cement, nails, and yarn. She made her own loom and started weaving patterns. She grew up in University Heights, and her parents encouraged her interest in art and helped foster it. She went to the University of Wisconsin at Madison, took a class in ceramics, and in Little Italy, she opened earthwork, and you can see in the upper left-hand corner, that's Debbie in the 1980s, and she had the gallery ceramic studio that she shared with other women. She said, I was successful, but not enough that I didn't have to get that waitress job. And I'll relate to that. She married her husband, Steve, in 1984 and had 3 children. So while she was raising her children, she still made art, but wanted to stay home and do it. So she started a business that she called Wear It Out. She made clothes out of vintage fabrics while her kids were young. And as her children became older, she started volunteering at the Cleveland Museum of Art, which led her to the next job. A friend who worked at CMA told her that there was a part-time job available teaching and teaching kids at the Cleveland Art Museum. She said that was the first time in my life that I ever felt like I really belonged somewhere. So she said she's always followed the maxim that her father told her, just put yourself out there and you will find something that you love. So she said she left the Cleveland Museum of Art without a job. She knew she would find something. She's not afraid. When one door closes, another one opens. And she said that's very trite, but it's really true. A friend who was in the world of creating art with people with mental and physical differences came out of nowhere and surprised me with a job in Medina. I realized that all these connections that I've accumulated over throughout my life, that I have all these opportunities that come my way. So her friend offered her the job as artistic director at Planet Joy Studio in Medina. I wanted to mention, let's see. Switch back and forth a little bit. So she works at Planet Joy, but when she's not working at Planet Joy, she makes sweaters from Afghans in the upper right-hand corner is an example of that. And I saw her at a show in Akron University Gallery. She was wearing one of those sweaters. They were absolutely gorgeous. But she started making them for her husband because he collected old Afghans. And she said, so what do you get? You know, what do you get for a man who has everything, who doesn't want anything, but has all these great old Afghans? So she decided to make this way, which grew into another business, which is another income stream for her. So she's got Planet Joy, she works there. She does this as a business. She also became a featured artist for Parade the Circle in Cuba. Many of you have ever been to Parade the Circle and you know what that is. He's kind of show some of the costumes. People, it's just this huge extravaganza by the Cleveland Art Museum, not the University Circle area. A big parade of the most outlandish, weird, beautiful costumes and stilt walkers and just it's just amazing. It's really hard to describe, but you can go online and see some of the Parade of Circle things. So what she did was with her love of helping underserved communities, she reached out to underserved neighborhoods who haven't had the opportunity, the direction, or means to form a parade group. And she choreographs, she gets these people together, choreographs, helps them with costumes, so they have a presence at parade as well. She said her life is a busy one, but that's what it takes for her to do things that she wants to do, make art. Even if she has to have 3 different jobs to do it. I'm used to the hustle. I could never do a 9-to-5 job. I like the variety. My dad always said, you love what you do because you spend the majority of your life doing it. So Planet Joy is a workshop, basically. I'm going to show you a little about that. But it came from an organization called Peaceworks. And it's right down the street here. You could walk there. Those don't there. That's just on the right. Nonprofit organization that reaches out to individuals with developmental disabilities. So through that, they partnered with Cool Beans Cafe and Spokes Cafe. And Spokes is just a little coffee shop, which is on South Broadway Street right here in Medina, right by the railroad tracks. They have a walking trail, they rent bicycles, they make pastries under the direction of foodies. And as it says, they expand their social skills. There's all sorts of things going on at sports all the time. And this community of adults with special abilities, different abilities, are able to find employment and be a real part of the community. And so Planet Joy, so we have, that's the umbrella, Peace Works and then Spokes, and then Planet Joy is part of that under the umbrella. And it is a studio where amazing things happen. I mean, it's just amazing, just amazing. Collaborative art studio that encourages the exploration of imagination and creativity through the arts. The little bugs that are there are done by the artists. You really see some of their art. This is incredible. Oh, there's the ones that. So if you saw the banners this summer for Medina County Art Street, they were done by Planet Joy artists. There's just one of them. This writer, Carl, they call him the Circle King. Everything he does, he makes circles. He just makes circles over and over and over and over and over again. But they're beautiful. They're incredible. So if they need circles on anything, they call Carl. That's your circle guy. This is what it looks like when you're getting your work. It is, it's amazing. And they said they are happiest when they work together. They collaborate, they help each other out. They're the most busy people who just attend and they love art and they love what they do. It looks, yeah. The Spokes, well, Spokes Cafe, here it is. And open house, like I said, on Saturday. If any of you were in town Saturday, you heard all the music all over town. That was it. So now this is an interview with her. Debbie's talking about, I don't know if it's going to play or not, but if it does, I really basically said most of the things that she said. She interviews one of her artists who worked on the piece that's just above morning above her head.
Hi, my name is Debbie. I'm a professor. I am the lead artist at Planet Joy Art Studio. We opened in 2018 and have been producing a ton of art that is really all over the United States and Medina. We sell our work at the American Missionary Art Museum store in Baltimore. We have a lot of private owners that, as I said, we're across the United States. We have a number of shows. We just collaborated with Passion Works Art Studio from Athens, Ohio. We had a show in Akron at their Happy Gallery. So the artists are very prolific. We worked hard. We made a lot of paintings and umbrellas, towels, aprons, and table runners, a lot of things that so here's Maureen. Maureen is one of our artists, and Maureen, hello. Hello, my name is Maureen. I like more than practice. Planet Joy, because I am a very special painting that I like. It's called Power Ground and and that's my favorite. And I enjoy doing it for me happy. And Debbie taught me a lot. She still does. We all compliment each other on our work and help each other. You want to talk about this here? I really, this is my ladybug named the Florian Nerve. It was really called Sue. We call it. I don't know. It's called Joe Butter. And artists worked on it, and they named their bugs. And then one of our fans looked up the transfer so that we have the name that the others came up with, and then
Yes. You know, some of the bugs. It's probably these pieces of just. And they're so pure, and it's so designed, such great design in these things. This is Gina, one of the artists who is very prolific and just does all kinds of things. Now okay.
Everybody want to say all these? So these are the joyful girls. And did you work on both of these? Yeah. And how about the table runners? Did you work on any of these? Just want to talk about them? And then how about on here? Okay, so some of you work on there.
There's a lot of background noise and music that's going on because it's such a beautiful.
Isn't it Chicago as well? And then what are these people use this for? Table runners.
I have wasn't. And then they do silk screen there, they teach them how to silk screen. They make napkins and table runners. I actually bought one of their table runners. I have this really thin wall in my kitchen, and I thought, hey, you put a fan in. And I'm a fan, in case you can't tell.
The joyful birds. And one of the artists always does, I don't know what you call that perspective, where you see, it's like you're looking at the whole thing. The bird, you see openings, both, all three.
Yeah, there you go.
Baby mugs, which are beautiful. I mean, it's just beautiful. Planet Joy is just the perfect name. Beautiful. How do I keep touching it? It is this telescope. That's weird. No, I don't want to use it.
You should be able to just click anywhere.
Anyone?
Then use
Just
there.
I touch them. As well as.
This is one of our first G jackets that we did. A lot of people collaborated. We did it. It's okay with things that I move.
Where do they sell these things at Spokes Cafe?
They have some of the things at Spokes Cafe, yes. And they have a Facebook page too. Now, I decided, I mean, to look at some contemporary artists who do work that is very similar to what these artists are doing. And, you know, Picasso is famous for having said something like, I'm paraphrasing, but, you know, it took him his whole life to learn to paint like a child, with the childlike sensibility. And people try to capture that. And the artists of Planet Joy just have it. It's just there. They haven't been contaminated by, you know, shoulds or shouldn'ts, or what's good or what's bad, or what sells, what doesn't sell. Like all of us have them. They're not bothered by that. They just create, and it's just pure, just absolutely pure. But I just saw so many similarities. We saw Clint Circles, you know, Carl the Circle King, just circle. And Kusama. Any of you saw the Kusama show at the Cleveland?
Yeah.
Museum? It's a big on circles. Lots. So all the similarities. You know, we all had people flying around in the air. So that's Planet Joy. They're always looking for people to help, to come in and just, you know, meet with them. They're always looking for donations of fabrics and paints, and I think they were looking for a sewing machine. And we talk to the people, just talk to the artists, and they're very willing to share what they're doing. One of the things that I'm trying to do in bringing speakers to you is to find unusual ways of art and unusual people that are doing things that we just may not know about. We all know how to watercolor, or we all have watercolor, or, you know, drawn or certain mediums, but I mean, some of us, but, you know, we're familiar with the standard mediums. So I want to bring other things to you, to all of us. And, you know, I love it to run into these people where somebody says, hey, have you seen so-and-so? No. I need that person. It's a great way to just expand us. And as artists, I'm sure that's what we really want to do, just expand who we are. And, you know, get a little uncomfortable. So I'm sorry Debbie wasn't here. She was very apologetic. She's as sweet as can be. If you go down the Planet Joy, she works Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays over there. She's a joy too. So, thank you. Thank you. We never know if the, you know, the PowerPoint's going to work. I'm not a technical. Technology is not my thing. So, I know this thing. It's a nice meeting. Oh, yes, Kate. Kate, please take some cake. So thank you, everybody, and we will see you next month, fourth Monday. That is great. Yes. One day. Nice to have it.